Greetings, goblins. We just got through moving and finally got our bookshelves back in working order, and I just thought maybe it would be fun to do a little bookshelf tour. Now, there are a lot of things on this shelf that I just either haven't had the time or occasion to get around to yet, and I kind of want to put out some feelers while I do this video and see like what products you guys would be excited to talk about or hear more about. So we're going to look at some of the things I haven't had a chance to look at today. So let's start over here with what I'm calling my old school shelf. Okay, so we're going to start off left to right, and that means we're doing old school essentials first. I think this is the original one I kickstarted, but I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I love this box set. In fact, I probably need to do a dedicated video of just box sets. Let me know if that's something that sounds cool to you guys. But this is a great box set. It's well worth the price tag. I think I got it for 60 or 70 bucks, I want to say. And it is the complete like old school D&D game. If you haven't got into old school gaming yet, this is an excellent place to start. It actually doesn't come with this book. This is one I found at like, you know, a local thrift store for like 10 bucks and I just couldn't pass up. And then the rest of these come in these little booklets, which I just love to see. But I won't spend too much time on them today, but they're nice if you want to like pass them around the table. And like you need to use the core rules as the game master, but somebody wants to take up the classes or the magic or something like that. Okay, and I won't spend too much time on the advanced expansion because it's more of the same. It just adds more classes and monsters and items and stuff to the game. Alright, then I have the Dread Shores and Black Horizons from Archon Games. I picked this up while I was at Gen Con and I wanted to do more Pirate Borg stuff with it. It came with, this is actually some of my Pirate Borg purchases, like buried in the Bahamas and The Sinking of Carthagen. I have to say it that way every time. And then it comes with this awesome map and a few zine things and handouts. Just really cool piratey things. Nice magnet clasp. I love to see it. One of the prized books in my collection, which I never get to showcase because it doesn't say anything on the side. But this is my Master's Edition, I believe, of Index Card RPG. But yeah, Index Card RPG, one of my favorite role-playing games and one of the best Dungeon Master's Guides, Game Master's Guides out there. Check it out. Maze is a game that holds a special place in my heart, but I haven't talked about since that Darkness video, which you should go check out if you haven't seen. That's one of the videos I'm most proud of, and it happened right before Helene, and should have seen it coming with all the wind, you know. Grit is a game that Merlitron told me about, and I just picked up. I haven't really had a chance to look through it yet, but I really want to. The Field Guide to Hot Springs Island. Then we have Viking Death Squad, another Runehammer Games. This is something I really want to run, Settlers of a Dead God. Old School Essentials. I think I'm going to have to break that out maybe for a local game that I just really, really love this setting. I'm probably going to do a video on this. Then we hit my Borgs, Cyborg, Morkborg, and Pirate Borg. You know, in my opinion, the trifecta, the holy trinity of Borgs. Then we hit my Shadowdark section with Unnatural Selection and the Almanac. I just love the way all these books look. Of course, the Shadowdark book. You know, you guys know I like Shadowdark. I don't need to say more about this, do I? Yeah, you know, Shadowdark. And then squeezed right in the middle there are my Shadowdark Luck Token Pogs. I still haven't punched them out yet because I just like that they're on this little sheet, but eventually I want to use them in a game, so I'm gonna have to punch them out. Then I have the Shucked Oyster, which was sent over to me by Black Lodge Games, and I haven't taken the time to do a review on this yet, and it really deserves a review. This is such an interesting book. Yeah, maybe that's one I'll get around to after this. Got my Shadowdark Dungeon Master screen, my 5 issues of Knock, and this little setting called the Wraithlands. It's a system agnostic, a rules light pen and paper adventure game, and a complete system neutral setting guide. It's compatible with role playing, which I think that's all of it, but it fits really nicely next to my Into the Odd and Dragontown. Speaking of which, Into the Odd, beautiful game, and I have to show off this Dragontown book because JP gave it to me at Gen Con and signed it, which is awesome. Thanks, Jordan. One of my least talked about, but some of my favorite games are Burning Wheel and Torchbearer. I haven't actually got a chance to run Torchbearer, but I've been reading through it, and it's got some really unique things going on. I did play some Burning Wheel during COVID, and that was like my safe haven during that time. This online Burning Wheel game that we played, and it just got me through COVID. Burning Wheel holds a special place in my heart. It's such a unique kind of game that really focuses on the narrative mechanically. And yep, I could talk about Burning Wheel. I should probably do a video on Burning Wheel. Okay, we have Knave, which is probably my most used book of all time. It's just got such good tables. My little thingies are getting messed up here. Yeah, probably my most used book ever, Knave. You know, I did an interview with Ben, which I'm going to put up here, where we talked about some of the mechanics in Knave. Crown and Skull, Volumes 1 and 2. Also, really fun games. If you haven't played Crown and Skull, it's got that unique attrition system. I think the character customization is some of the best I've seen in like a... I'm not going to call it an old school game, but an NSR style game that still has a lot of lethality and things to it. I really like the character customization slash weapon and equipment customization. It's really good in that game. I had a whole video where I'm going to put it up here, where I say, you know, I think if you have like those kind of fiddly D&D slash Pathfinder kind of players who really want to be able to customize their characters, Crown and Skull is still an excellent choice, but might let you as the GM, you know, have less cognitive load, because the monsters are really fun and easy to run, and it's still a very like narrative and loosey-goosey system in some ways, while being crunchy in other places. This isn't a role-playing game. We're still moving, so this snuck in here, but Phil told me to get the bullet journal method, and sorry, Phil, I still haven't read it, but I need to. Okay, moving right along to the main shelf. Most of these books around here are my wife's, actually. She's like an avid reader. In fact, now I'm going to highlight her channel. Go check it out. She reads like 100 books a year. It's ridiculous. I read like 2. So don't listen to me about non-role-playing games. But yeah, I just got this in the mail. This is from the Mazes Kickstarter. It's a handbook for the players. This is something that Michael from Night Noon Games gave me, and I'm excited to use. Oh yeah, I need to make my 4K video and use this. And then the Painted Wastelands I just did a review on. And I'll probably link that here too, while I'm linking stuff. Linking logs, am I right? Okay, that was dumb. I'm gonna get down here. You guys don't want to see me, you want to see the books, so I'm going to zoom in on the books here. We got The Dark of Hot Springs Island, a gift given to me by Kinder from the Discord, and much used in my Shadowdark campaign that is sadly on hiatus, but I do want to get back to it eventually. Dungeon Denizens, one of my favorite monster manuals that I backed for DCC, DCC, the game itself. We've got Mythic Game Master Emulator, that was a gift. Mythic Bastion Lands, which, you know, it's a cool game. I played it once. I want to play more of it. This I haven't actually opened yet, but it's the astoundingly awesome Tales that goes along with this modifious 2D20 Fallout game that I would be super stoked to play, but I think I would be the only one in my friend group that would be super excited to play Fallout, except maybe Ginger Whisker. I know you might be watching this. Lancer. Lancer is everything 14-year-old Jordan wanted and never got to play. It's basically a game all about having a big Gundam and piloting it, and it's 2 games split into one. It's like this super loosey-goosey narrative system when you're outside of the mech, and then like almost a war game level once you're in the mechs. An excellent take on old school role-playing, and one of the best like world-building tools ever, Worlds Without Number. This is a game that deserves its own dedicated video because it's got so much in there. I mean, it's a beefy boy, you know. One Ring I haven't got to play. I hear that the travel system is really good in it. And that's basically, it's free league, so that's half the reason I bought it. This is the Dragonbane Bestiary. My box set is down below. I'll show it to you in a minute. What is this? Oh, I have some Forgotten Realms map tucked in here for some reason. Oh, this is something I just got from Exalted Funeral. I'm stoked about it. Ballad of the Oread. This is such a beautiful book, although I don't know how much I can show without... I'll just be real, some boobs showing up at some point, and I don't want to get demonetized. So, designed and compatible with old school essentials from Exalted Funeral. It's just gorgeous. I mean, yo, this is a work of art. Without showing any elf boobs or butts, this is just, it's an awesome book. And that's a boob. It's an awesome book. It's just, it feels like, you know, like the old Tolkien drawings or something, like all the way through. And it's just chock full of like so much rich history and flavor. I definitely need to showcase this one without showing any elf boobs. Okay, for some reason I have a bunch of random crap tucked in here. This actually came, it's like a GM screen that came with that Ballad of the Oread. It's just really cool looking. I love all the weapon design and things. And some few useful tables, like timekeeping and movement. For some reason I have like 3 GM screens tucked in here for like Genesis and D&D 5e, but yeah. Got my Tome of Adventures Volume 4, because this is Peril on the Purple Planet. Or just the Purple Planet. The Peril is somewhere in there. An adventure anthology, compilation, if you will. And it includes Peril on the Purple Planet, Escape from the Purple Planet, The Rock Awakens, Synthetic Swordsmen of the Purple Planet, Sky Masters of the Purple Planet, Invasion of the Purple Planet, Chessmen of the Purple Planet, plus many new monsters, relics, tombs, magic, NPCs, and more. Yeah, just really love the Purple Planet stuff. This is a fun little find that I got the West End Games D6 Star Wars tucked into here. And then, of course, the Pièce de Résistance. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's French or something. Got my Land of Eam box set, and it includes so many wonderful things, like an actual Land of Eam GM screen. And this is like my favorite piece of art from all of Land of Eam. So hold on, I'm gonna back way up so I can show it off. I mean, just look at that. Gorgeous piece of art. Awesome. And just, yeah, really useful tables. You know, stuff that you would expect for this game, this great game that I won't shut up about. All right, it also includes that gorgeous map of the entire Muckland setting, which I'm gonna have to pull out, of course. It's huge. It's like board game sized, so you can really slap this bad boy down on the table and have a good time. But there it is. It's massive. It's bigger than me. And then, yeah, you know, the games and such. I'll probably do more on this in my box set video that I need to do. Again, this is really disorganized right now. I'll probably rearrange this, but let's get low. I'm gonna sit on the ground with you and drink some coffee. Okay, this is another box set that I'm super excited about. Outcast Silver Raiders, which I'll go into in a box set video. I know I keep saying that. Oh man, this is one I just absolutely love. The Vorpal Almanac. It's just a book full of swords, you know? It's like, hey, here's a cool sword and here's all the history on it, and it just keeps going. There's a lot of elf boobies in these old school games. Ornelos, the Dismisser. Just really cool, epic stuff for your old school games. And yes, of course, it can be used with old school essentials. 2 of my favorite books here, Burning Wheel and the Codex. We have my suit of Powered by the Apocalypse games. Scum and Villainy, Blades in the Dark, Fate Core System. And then all my Easy D6, Wasted World, the actual rules themselves, and the Book of Quests, which looks really cool and I need to dig into. Then I've got Dungeon World and Fiasco and Root, which I haven't given a proper shakedown. Got Lamentations of the Flame Princess tucked into there. Cartograph Atlas Edition, Black Sword Hack, and my Cairn box set, which is just gorgeous. This is maybe one of my favorite RPG products I own. And if you're wondering, yes, this is upside down because for some reason this book is printed that way and it drives me crazy, so I put it this way so that it matches all the other words. Mouse Ritter, I've shown off this box set in a different video. This isn't actually a role-playing game. This is just my Rickety Stitch the Exalted collection. And I'm just been having fun reading through some of these to get more acquainted with the Land of Eam world. And then hidden way back here, Savage Worlds. Okay, bottom shelf, this is going to be hard to do because I'm going to have to do a weird angle. Hey, it's my feet. Okay, I've got like a special GM screen that I use for DCC. And then I've got One Shot Wonders, which I just thought would be a cool book to own, even if I don't use it for 5e. There were a lot of really cool one-shots in here. Maybe I'll do a video on that too. Here's my 2024 ones. See, I do own some 5e books. There's all the 5e books I have left that made it through the Purge, which I will probably own forever. This is a really cool book that is kind of like the history of role-playing games. It's really, really in-depth. I could probably do a video on that too. And the reason a lot of these are down here, I'll just say, is because they only fit on this shelf. Like some of these really tall guys, like the Ultraviolent Grasslands and the Monster Overhaul. This is the only place this fits on my shelf. All right, the Painted Wastelands, which I just did a video on, if you haven't seen it. This is Darkest Rock. It goes with Morkborg And I have this giant mini somewhere around here that came along with it. This is my special edition copy of Return to the Starless Sea, which I have not run yet, but I want to. Got Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Cypher System, stuff for Cypher System. This is the core Genesis game, and Edge of the Empire is like the Star Wars version, and Realms of Terranoth is like a generic fantasy setting for it. Found this at my local thrift store, and I thought that was cool. I haven't actually even given it a peek yet, though. This is Colossal and Dungeons for Colossal. It's a solo role-playing game that I've been having some fun with. It's more of like a journaling type game, but I found it really fascinating and intriguing. I like the world building a lot. If you haven't been around here long, you might not know this, but if you have, you know that this is like my favorite role-playing game book, period. Full stop. This is so useful no matter what role-playing game you're playing. I think this is the best monster manual that exists, period. Just so chock full of inspiration, and I can't stop talking about it. Ultraviolet Grasslands. This one I've had for a bit. I got it from the Runehammer store. I haven't really, other than like just enjoying the art, I haven't read a lot of it, so I need to do that. And this is just here because it also only fits on the shelf, but is not role-playing. This is the big guy in Rusty the Boy Robot. All right, I got one more little section to go through before I end this video. This is sort of my hidden away books for now. I got some extra copies of Land of Eam, Daggerheart, Dragonbane box set, Obojima. I have the core cards for Quest, which I would really, really love to do a video on because I think it's so cool. I've got Mouse Guard, the role-playing game, which is also based on Burning Wheel. I've got these books I heard about on Questing Beasts, Downtime and Domain, Artifices, Deceptions, and Dilemmas. They're both really cool. Good, just like table books full of chunks of table stuff for old school gaming. So you want to be a game master. And of course, my deluxe extended edition set of the Lord of the Rings movies, which don't have to do with the role-playing. Oh, and then I got this box of zines. Before we go, I'll talk about zines for a second, because I got sent some zines by Exalted Funeral, and I really want to go through these at some point. But this is Hexen, which goes with Outcast Silver Raiders. Ooze None. It's Adventure for Mothership. I got some Carcass Crawlers and Grid Shock 20XX, which can be used with the Icons game. But yeah, actually, you know what? I should show you guys my zines. Okay, over here. Come take a look. See, these are my zines. I have this big box full of zines and some of my smaller books, like the Adventures from Exalted Funeral that go along, or Necrotic Gnome, sorry, that go along with Old School Essentials. These are some of my favorite adventures. They're just really good stuff. Yeah. And then I have a bunch of like quick start guides and like DCC adventures and stuff. You know, like Land of Eam comes with the Curse of the Chicken Foot Witch. But maybe I'll do a video on that as well. How many times have I said that in this video? I'll do a video on this. I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on this too. All right, well, that's it really. That's most of the bookshelf tour. I just thought this would be a fun little video to get out because I didn't have anything else going on this week. But really, yeah, I would love some feedback. If there's anything on the shelf that you saw that you were like, wow, you have Outcast Silver Raiders and you haven't talked about it yet, or, you know, I haven't really talked much about Old School Essentials, and that's a game that's been really growing on me. So anyway, that's mostly it for today. Do give me some feedback. I would love to know like what you guys want to see. I'm definitely leaning towards doing a box set RPG video and a zines video. Oh yeah, and while we're here, this little closet is where the Quantum Ogre cast happens, and this is my little computer room right here. So yeah, there's some of the magic. Hey, it's your old pal Jordan. Just wanted to say a big personal thank you to everyone who's liked, commented, subscribed, and hyped my videos over the years. If you like what we do here, make sure to follow me on some other platforms such as Instagram and Blue Sky, and if you feel up to it, check out the Patreon where I'll be talking about some of the games and projects I'm working on. Also, we have this initiative on the Discord I'm calling the Elder Goblin Academy. That's all about playing more games and rolling more dice more often. Okay, that's been my bookshelf tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Tell me if you spotted some of your favorite RPGs, and we'll see you next time. Learn, adapt, grow.